Hello guys, so this is a pre-market analysis of 27th of March. Let's see and understand how the market is positioned for today. And clearly, the market is fully driven by geopolitics and oil. We are not much looking into open interest. We are not looking into technicals much, right? We are not looking into the normal scenarios that we talk about. But here we need to discuss more about the geopolitics. If every day things are changing. So yes, of course, technicals work, but along with, this news-driven market, it is what you're actually seeing. So here, if you look at the background, what happened in the last week? Yesterday, our market was holiday. So 2 days global cues will be seen today, right? So Tuesday, what we have seen is Trump have proposed a 15-point peace plan. Before that, 2 days back, we were all in very fear. We have seen big gap down also because Trump have told that within 48 hours, Trump is going to destroy all the energy facility and, he's going to disrupt everything, right? So this is what he told. He threatened, and then in response to that, Iran also told that if that attack on energy plants or something happens, then it will retaliate on water facilities and others on UAE nations, right? And then that did not happen. Trump have told that there will be a ceasefire for 1 week and then proposed a 15-point peace plan, and Pakistan was mediating a negotiation between them. And Wednesday we have seen Turkey, Pakistan, Egypt, they're trying to bring US and Iran to that negotiation. And Wednesday night, of course, what happened is Iran is going to reject the proposal, and Iran rejected the proposal and put forward another 5 conditions which are not acceptable to US also, like complete halt of the US-Israel military action, and then there should not be any future attack, and there should be some international level, guarantee to that, and then compensation for all the war damages and recognition of Iran's rights over the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran only will control the Strait of Hormuz and recognition of Iran's sovereignty. Only then war will stop. Also, Iran clearly said they do not trust US or Israel. So this is what happened from Iran's side. So that's on Wednesday after our market is over. Then what happened? If you remember, 2 o'clock, from that time onwards, oil prices started spiking. Till then, it was coming down, and then Brent crude is increased to 103 range, and then traded around that level for most of the day. Now, last day, another trigger was there. Trump's speech, right? Trump gave almost 1 hour cabinet speech. So the key point is, he said he is not desperate to make a deal with Iran. What he is claiming is Iran won the deal. So he gave that proposal of 15 point. And he said US will definitely continue to attack, and there are still more targets remain. Also, you have mentioned that, we are going to take control of Iran's oil. That is also one of the option which is available in front of them. He's going to take control of Strait of Hormuz. He's going to take control of Iran's oil fields and everything. And the tone was very aggressive. Before that, we have seen 48 hours obliteration when he told that was aggressive, threatening, and then he cooled down. Till then he was using the word terrorist nation of Iran, but then he said that we are in negotiation and discussion with Iran, a state of Iran. You can see the change in the words that he is using. He is cooling down, and then now he's again going aggressive. The similar tone that he have used before is coming aggressive, and that is showing kind of escalation, and it's very clearly escalation possibility and escalation focused on is what he have used. So that's not good for the market, right? But there is temporary positive signal that again that actually happened after the US market reacted very badly, because US market have reacted very badly because of this. It's Dow Jones is 1% down, S&P is 1.7% down, Nasdaq is 2.5% down. So 1 to 3% market is down, US market. VIX also increased 8%, and from 25 to 27.5, which is again very high level, which is showing very high uncertainty and the fear in the market. Okay, because of that itself, GIFT Nifty have indicated almost 300-point gap down at around 23,000 level. That is during the US market time. But later, since I've told you, Trump have posted again with respect to that he's not going to attack for another 10 days like that, then that loss have trimmed down, or some more gain have happened. That means the gap down possibility have reduced. Now, if you look at the current scenario, I'm looking for 150-point gap down in Nifty. If you're getting lesser than that, we can go for easily to short the market on the downside. For example, if you get 50-point gap down, or if you're getting a flat opening, that's a golden opportunity. Even if you get a 150-point gap down, still it should have been 300, and because of this post, it has now got some relaxation, and we are getting it. So that there is a possibility still it can go down. So again, let me tell you, it is all based on news, it is all based on oil, it is all based on geopolitics. So it's headline driven movement, nothing like technical, nothing like logic, nothing like demand supply or anything at this point of time. I'm looking to short the market. If you get a bounce anyway is getting solved. So buying, if you're an option buyer, buying put. If you're an option seller, selling a call, or having multiple spreads. If you're an option seller, multiple strategies possible. Or if you're looking for shorting on futures, that is also something which you can do. But wait for some level, wait for some bounce. Otherwise, you will have to face unnecessary drawdowns, or you will have to take unnecessary stop loss if you get some spikes, because DIs are anyway supporting the market. So we are looking for 150-point gap down. One positive is, Iran basically allowed almost 10 Pakistani flagged oil vessels through Strait of Hormuz. That's something which we need to see as a positive gesture or a positive signal from Iran's side that they are willing to talk. Right, Pakistan is mediating that. Because of that, Pakistan 8 ships have allowed, the vessels have allowed. So that's a positive. So these are main things. And again, if you look at ADR, IT ADR is almost flat, but banking stocks is negative. There are domestic factors also. I'll discuss about that RBI rule and other things. If you go specific, ICICI is almost 1.5 negative, HDFC is 2.75 negative. And even if you take the arbitrage, because last day difference from here, arbitrage means the difference between two markets. If you take even then, negative difference of 1.5% is what you see. So it have to be matched. So arbitrage correction should be possible. So our market, these banks should be, it should be negative 1 to 1.5%, right? So that means Nifty will be negative and Bank Nifty will be dragging. IT may be flat. And that's the scenario now. But the domestic factor I've told you is from April 1, the digital payments, two-factor authentication is mandatory. Now, when you come across that kind of things, what will happen is, see, if banks have to implement new technologies or new such regulations, they need more capital, right? So if not more capital, it's not about capital, it's about the cost. For anything you need to implement, cost means that the operating cost, whatever, like for example, rent and salaries and technologies and all these, you need to have that fixed cost. So this also will be adding to their cost. So operating cost of the banks will increase, profit will increase, profitability will increase, and that's the reason why profit will decrease. Sorry. When the cost is increasing, profit will decrease. So profitability will decrease. That is not good for the banks, even if it is small change, but it will affect the bank since it is affecting the profitability and since it's increasing the operating cost. So that is one thing. Secondly, we have already discussed about this, the trading margin rule, right? And I've told you how that PSE and commodity exchanges have came down, MCX have came down that time, banks also. So RBI again tightened that margin requirement. So overall, it is basically negative for the banking stocks. Now, what is this positive late night update from Trump? Once the US market have closed, Trump posted again that he's going to pause the attack on Iran for 10 days. That means till April 6th. And he also said that the talks are ongoing. This is mild positive, and that is why, though US market trading time, GIFT Nifty was indicating 300-point gap down, but since it's after this post, now we are looking for around 150. After this post, Brent crude came to around 101 and WTI is around 93.2. So the important level, if oil drop below 100, that is very positive for the market. So keep a watch on that. And US futures, if you see US futures after this have turned up almost 4%. So that is actually very good, but not full recovery because previous fall, if you see, that's big, not fully recovered, but US futures have turned positive. So today, there are some positives. There are, of course, negative. It is completely geopolitics that we need to discuss. Rest of the things doesn't matter today. If you look at the positives, are Iran is allowing ships through Strait of Hormuz from China, Russia, India, Iraq, Pakistan. This is positive. That means India is classified as a friendly nation. Of course, India have the investments. India have their Chabar port and everything in Iran. So Iran also consider India as a friendly nation. India is not interfering in any of these. So India is not doing as much as it should have done to Iran, but still, anyway, whatever. Because as usual, we say that we are non-aligned to anyone, right? Okay, let's okay. So what the positive is? It is actually positive for economy and also for the market. So market now is completely news driven. There is a ceasefire expectation last day, so market have gone up, and then we have seen Trump's aggression. Market have came down. Now there is an announcement for pause for 10 days, so there is a relief. Now oil again moving with every update. Based on that, the market is also moving every update. So difficult, but this phase also have to be traded. And if you are trading carefully, you can make money. Even volatility is actually your friend also. If you're a scalper and if you want to learn that, you can get in touch with us. We have the live market mentoring session. So guys, simple rule. If the oil is above 100, it is negative. If the oil comes below 100, it is positive. So it is going to be a gap down opening of 150 point. It is going to be a sell on rise market. And we are looking for intraday movements completely depending upon the geopolitical news which is coming, oil prices. So expect a very high volatility also. If you look at the sector, the banking sector is completely weak as of now because of the RBI rules and the ADR impact I've shown you. So what we have seen last day is US market have witnessed a sharp fall. After that Trump press the post, we have seen some relief in futures. Gift Nifty have shown some improvement. Oil is around 100. There is a slight dip. So Trump was aggressive, then post. Now there is a confusion in the market. There is no clear direction in the market. Fully news driven. I'm not discussing the technicals or calls and puts writing open interest or anything at this point of time because that's of no use, right? So we are not going to trade based on that today. We are going to trade based on the headlines and the news and simply sell on rise also. So keep a watch on oil price, keep a watch on geopolitical update. Gap down is what we expected, and there will be a high intraday volatility. Any bounce is definitely going to get sold off. So rather than chasing a dip and a down move from the opening itself, wait for a bounce like 20 EMA, 9 EMA, right, or super trend or VWAP level. Use that opportunity, get one trade, beautiful trade, get out of it. See you on the next day. Thank you.